That's right. That's right, good folks. Wherever you're joining us from tonight. That's right. Pace and power, boots on the ground. We trust that you guys are well. Sandra Hanover, John Jones. Do let us know if you guys are hearing us loud and clear. Sheena Hazel, we want feedback from you. We don't want feedback from the system. Jolly Anderson, all of the technicians on duty tonight, do let us know. Yolanda Thomas, Patricia Graves-Andy, Wilton Blue. Great to have each and every one of you on the line. Guys, we trust that you folks are great. Gloria Chester, Andrea Cato, we trust that you guys are well. Michelle, Isabella, and all the other folks joining us. Maxine Tanner, great to see you, Maxine. We trust that you are well. We trust that you are great. Hello says loud and clear. We're fired up and ready to go. Lannis Bias and all the other folks. Minty Graves-Andy, Stacey Ann Stoll. We're happy to have you. Lynette Zephyr, Bella Mona, and all the other folks. Zoan Stewart, good to have you. Dolores Denny, Petula boys, come on down. We trust that you are well, Petula. Ingrid King, Lyndon Gill, how are you folks doing? Irwin Don Cook, Barbara, so good to see you, Barbara. How are you? Irwin Don, not to be left out. Leon Blair is here as well. And all the other folks, share the like, smash that emoji button, folks, and let's have a go at it. Cheryl Bingo. And I get called that sometimes, you know, Cheryl, all kinds of things. Sharon, Van Slice. I'm sure it's not the same for you. It's pretty straightforward. Van Slice. Good to go. Relinda Jordan. Good night, Relinda. Siobhan. Wilma Grant. Good to see you. How you all doing? Coretta Fraser. Dolly. Terrence. Denise Booker. Great to see each and every one of you. Junior Gibbs. Come on down. Bantu King is here as well, guys. We're fired up. We're ready to go, and we trust that you wonderful, beautiful folks are as well. I see Melissa's there. Winston. Connor. Colleen. Roxanne. Denise. Martha. Paulette, Debbie Hohenkirk, good to have you, Debbie. Great to have you with us this evening. Respect and manners, folks. Diane and Penelope, Melissa, good to have you. You're going to want to share the live tonight. You're going to want to smash the emoji button. You're going to want to partner with us as well, good folks. Believe it when I said you're going to want to do all of those things. We are happy to have each and every one of you in the ring with us, folks. In the ring. And one of the folks who ensure that we keep going, we want to give them a shout out tonight, folks. That's the Alistair Collins firm. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you need a great Commissioner Votes affidavit and you need a great Justice of the Peace, you'll have to make contact with the Alistair Collins firm. They are down there at the Carrion Mall on Lamaha Street between Camp and Waterloo Street. You can get the answers you need, folks. You're going to get the answers you need, as they provide expert guidance and support for all your documentation needs. As I said, Monday through Saturday at the Carrion Mall on Lamaha Street between Camp and Waterloo Streets, 649-610-685-6448. The Alistair Collins firm. I use them for my business, and I'm sure you're going to find them useful as well. We recommend them highly. Pace and power. That's how we do it. Great to have you guys here with us. Great to have you folks. How are you all doing, man? Do let us know. It's a long time. One of y'all take a belly your chest, you know. Isabella Butters, Emily Grant, Diane Fordyce. It's a long time. Maybe too long. You'll get a belly your chest. Guys, we're fired up and we're ready to go. If you folks are, we are as well. We got the fight card set and we are ready to go. How about you guys? How are you guys doing out there? We hope you guys are great. How are you all doing? How are you all doing out there? We trust that you guys are great. We trust that you guys are well. Who do we have with us tonight? Who do we have shaping up? I see Tessa Waterman is here. You all try with that. I see Lannis Bias too. Raymond Jones, Carol Hudson, Anika Light, all the folks joining us in the diaspora. O'Neill Young, all the folks joining us in the diaspora. Good to see you folks here with us. Pace and Power, Ajay Simple, Donna Miller, Frank Tyler Brown. Good to have you, Leon Logan, not to be left out. Michaela Andrew Coates, Candy the Leading Digit, Marky Mark, Marky in the G2, Donna Sullivan, Joyce Pierce, Joyce Prince, Kingston. Yep. Marky Inderjit, Donnie, Tony, whatever guy that, Coretta, Ingrid, Kurt Johnson. Great to have each and every one of you here, guys. We're fired up. We're ready to go, and we trust that you good folks are as well. We trust that you all are fired up. Andrew Griffith. Andrew, thanks for the things. Thank you so much. Jamal Aziz, Shawnette, good to have you. Lester Williams, great to have you as well, guys. We are fired up. We are ready to go, and we trust that you wonderful, beautiful folks, we trust you all are as well. And John, peace-loving people. Lester Williams, uncontroversial people. Colin Isaacs, yeah. Colin is Arawak. Joseph people. Huh? Joseph, no, not somebody, not some of the other Caribs. No. Bonita, Rania, Carter, Orvin Dunn. I see Eve Stanton is here as well. Eve, good to have you here. Y'all know we can make noise. Folks, smash that emoji button. Some of you are getting complacent, Some of you are getting complacent. Stop it. Smash the emoji button. Share the damn live. And let me go down the road. Morna, how you doing? Kurt Johnson, great to have you on with us as well, Kurt. Let's gotta move on, guys. We gotta fight Carrot Set. It's just some of y'all missing. We gotta fight Carrot Set. We got a couple things we're covering tonight, folks. What's happening with both sides? Government should be so ashamed. Government should be so ashamed. They got some things gotta kick in instantaneously. Like they're waiting to see the words go up. They're waiting to see the credits. Bantu King, Eunice, Karada, Sandy, Colin, Ramsing, like they're waiting to see the credits. Lots happened at the Oscars overnight, folks, including Angela Bassett, who is viral right now on social media. And she didn't do much. At the Oscars, that is great actress. Didn't even do much, just ended up in the headlines. But that's how it goes sometimes, That's how people always say how I'm controversial, I am this, I am that. I don't get anybody more and say, no, today I'm going to be controversial. Circumstances made me what I am. I wasn't born a violent man. I remember a story too. Cyber crimes. Talk about that in the region. And then the Mexican president, and my bottom right, had a couple of things to say about the US. We can talk about that too. The Mexican presidente had a couple of things to talk about. Yes, we can touch on that too. But first up, folks, if you all are avid viewers of our program, you know where we're going. First up, first things first. Some of y'all with first things first, and y'all upside down. Y'all just wake up, you ain't brush your teeth, nothing, you just go and start talking to people and so on. First things first. We open up. Gotta open the appetite, folks. We gotta open the appetite. Elderly Gilbert, we see you there. Celeste Clark, we see you as well. Beatrice is, what's this fancy surname? It's gone by so far. It started with a V. Shelon Joseph, Andrew, Cheryl Pancham. Cheryl, is you? Good to see you, Cheryl. Joyce and Janet, Diane Grimsani. Good to see each and every one of you. Share the damn live. Smash that emoji button, folks. We're ready to have a go at it. And over the weekend, folks. Over the weekend, I hope you have the queued up right. Over the weekend, the leader of the opposition was out there and again reinforcing Hickins will not do. That's what the leader of the opposition said. Hickins just will not do. That is what he said. Yolanda Thomas, thank you so much for that contribution. Hickins will not do. And he told us why. He's of this view that Hickins will not do as the Commissioner of Police. He said he must not be appointed who vex. He didn't talk with what in the mouth. He said he must not be appointed who vex. Don't come wrong with funny goddess. I want to fight some of y'all, Who vex. Hickins says, the leader of the opposition, Mr. Robert C. Norton, says he must not be appointed as Commissioner of Police. And he told us why. He didn't talk with what in the mouth. He told us why he should not be appointed. Take a listen, folks, and take a look.
We are doing everything right. Racial problems. While we do not want it, we will not sit down and allow them to run roughshod over us. And I feel good this evening that I saw our supporters, the chairs, and sitting, and became convinced that our people are with us. I want to start with the Guyana Police Force. I've already made it very clear that in my opinion, Hicken is a political puppet who should never be confirmed as Commissioner of Police. Apart from the fact that he lacks the qualifications, he should never be. I remind people he was commander when they murdered 3 Linden people. But I want to caution you, do not believe all policemen are the same. Many of the policemen don't agree with them. But we have to do the mobilization and organization, support them against the People's Progressive Party. The People's Progressive Party is using the police as a political tool. Throughout the history of this country, when the president is going somewhere, it is the commander in the region that goes. Suddenly hitting like a little flip-flop, follow me. All behind the president. He is a politician. He is not a commissioner of police. And he must recognize he is destroying law enforcement in this country, because people will never ever see him as being independent and willing to apply the law. And it is because of the actions of people like Hicken. The police believe and the government believe that they can abuse our people. We will end it. My friends, the police is so partisan this day that you could have a crime going and they take an hour to come. But soon as one of the PPP big businessmen called to say there is noise nuisance, they're there. They're proper. They're ready, hands outstretched. A corrupt set of people. And so we have to be focused. The aim is to dominate and control our society. We will not allow that. Many times they are going around saying the APNU AFC did nothing for the people. Well, we will say to them, we did a lot. For sure, the police enforce the law under us. For sure, the police solve crimes under us because we train them to solve crime. For sure, people felt safer under us. But we are back to a place where lawlessness is the order of the day, thanks to the People's Progressive Party incompetence. My friends, they don't like when you tell them about the racism. You know, the truth hurts. But this government has proven to be extremely racist in its approach.
Yep. No Hickens. No Hickens. You know, several persons from the Gallup police force reached out to us, and they want to know, when is Hickens proceeding on pre-retirement leave? Hickens, keep your friends close. Keep your friends close. They want to know when you're going on pre-retirement leave. That is the question that's being asked. Hickens turned 55, and the age of retirement, government has made no formal announcement of extending that. No formal announcement. And so senior officers, among others, want to know, when is he moving? Because when one gone, people move up the food chain. They wonder when he's going on pre-retirement leave. You know, when he's going pre-retirement leave. That's the big question. The folks want to know. No Hickens and stop cop. That's some of what they're telling us tonight. We're turning attention now to some of the things that are happening internationally, folks. Some of the things that we are following internationally. They said, no Hickens as stop cop. Some of the things we're following internationally, and might I use the opportunity to say, if you got a story for us, We want to hear from you. If you all got a story for us, don't keep it to yourself. How you going to do that? Don't keep it to yourself. We want to hear from you. If you got a story for us, please and thank you. All right, please and thank you. We want to hear from you folks. We would like to hear from you. We want to hear from you folks. 627 is the one number we got. 627-6963. 627-6963. We got a couple of other things we got to share with you all. Bear with us a second, folks. Bear with us a second. As a matter of fact, for some of you who missed that, let me run it again for you guys. Let me run it one more time. Right? As Mr. Norton spoke there to the issues concerning race and discrimination in our country. And he said, we don't need this stop cop. Take it and listen. We can be with you in a short while.
They're doing everything to fight racial problems. While we do not want it, we will not sit down and allow them to run roughshod over us. I feel good this evening that I saw our supporters, the chairs, and sitting. I became convinced that our people are with us. I want to start with the Guyana Police Force. I've already made it very clear that, in my opinion, Hicken is a political puppet who should never be confirmed as Commissioner of Police. Apart from the fact that he lacks the qualifications, he should never be. I remind people he was commander when they murdered 3 Linden people. But I want to caution you, do not believe all policemen are the same. Many of the policemen don't agree with them. But we have to do the mobilization and organization, support them against the People's Progressive Party. The People's Progressive Party is using the police as a political tool. Throughout the history of this country, when the president is going somewhere, it is the commander in the region that goes. Suddenly hitting like a little flip-flop, follow me. All behind the president. He is a politician. He is not a commissioner of police. And he must recognize he is destroying law enforcement in this country, because people will never ever see him as being independent and willing to apply the law. And it is because of the actions of people like Hicken. The police believe and the government believe that they can abuse our people. We will end it. My friends, the police is so partisan this day that you could have a crime going and they take an hour to come. But soon as one of the PPP big businessmen called to say there is noise nuisance, they're there. They're proper. They're ready, hands outstretched. A corrupt set of people. And so we have to be focused.
Got to be focused indeed. We got to be focused. We got to be focused. That's why we turn our attention to issues that are happening internationally. Mr. Auburn, Norton there, and so nice. We have to do it right. We look at some of the issues we are following. They're telling us was some big wins at the Oscar last night for a few folks. And a woman won, a black woman, to put it simply, won the Oscars for a second time, becoming the first black woman to have won the Oscars twice. And I'm happy that we're putting some of these statistics behind us, because we got quite a very capable bunch of actresses and actors who are black in Hollywood, who more than deservingly, should have copped this a long time ago. But you all know how things go. you know how things go. You know how things go. So we're following this, folks. We are following, right? And in addition to that, they are telling us, apologies, trying to find my place. So many moving parts at the back end. Ruth Carter is the name of the actress. Ruth Carter becomes the first black woman who wins the Oscar twice. First black woman. Yeah. For your information, the first black woman. But the night belonged to a steer by Angela Bassett. When Jamie Lee Curtis won Best Supporting Actress. Right? Angela Bassett faced unflinching. Could imagine the shock. What story is this? That facial expression said. What story is it? She sat there unflinching. Moving on, the fight carried, folks. Some information we're following in the 592. Now, you're going to want to sit back for this. You're going to want to sit back for this one, folks. Share the damn live. Smash the emoji button. Folks, we got a story for you that focuses on health. Putting it together. How are you guys bracing it over out there? Got a story for you, and this one is something else. In the 592, you know, one of the issues we've been trying to grapple with since this administration has come back in this iteration of governance is bringing down neonatal deaths. And also maternal deaths. Those are two of the things we have been grappling with, struggling with. And as we turn our attention to things that are happening in the 592, that's going to be the immediate focus. Health issues, young mother, cocktail at the Georgetown Public Hospital to have a baby as she was transferred there. Young mother, 18 years old. The baby came prematurely at 7 months. And they were grateful when the health authorities told them that everything was going fine. The baby was now off of the monitors and had enough strength and energy to push on her own. The family was elated. It was going to be the first grandbaby in this immediate family. And so they were excited, went out of their way, procuring bed and baby clothes like you cannot believe. And then things took a turn for the worse last Friday. The 18-year-old mother had an inclination that everything was not going well. You can say the mother had a premonition that things were not going well because she was discharged from the hospital. The baby had to stay behind to get medical care, and things took a turn for the worse. And tonight, this family need answers. Folks, share the damn live, smash that emoji button. The guys tell us don't move until the live gets shared some more. They tell us don't move off the mark. But I'm sorry for some of y'all because I know y'all gonna be grinding your teeth. Listen to what one family went through. They put forward some very strong allegations as to what transpired at the job. Tell us a little bit about your daughter.
Right about now, my daughter's traumatized about the incident what happened at Georgetown Hospital. She can't catch her lens up to now. She ain't even eating. You're not forcing her for eating. She said, "Mommy, I don't have appetite to eat because what they do, what Georgetown Hospital did to my child, I need answers."
So your daughter was pregnant.
Yeah.
She was going to clinic as per normal, right? All of that went well. Yeah. And tell us what happened from there. She's going to clinic and then she is about to deliver. What happens next?
Okay. She on the 2nd of March, she take him, and we rush her to the private hospital, and they transfer her to Georgetown. So when she get there, everything was all right. She gave birth. Baby was 7 months, born premature. So they said they tried to save baby. Yeah, baby was saved. They put baby in the incubator for monitor the baby. Where's monitor the baby? Where's my daughters go every day? They say baby is great and baby coming around the machine and gotta do much thing for baby. Baby doing it off her own. So we asked the doctor one day how long the baby having there. She said baby will come out anytime because baby doing she work great. So on the tragedy on Friday when my daughter go there, normally she's got to extract breast milk, and the doctor told her do not extract breast milk, our baby have enough. So when she said she waiting on her mother till she mother come go. When we go in, they put a dead baby in with hands. So I asked her, I said, what happened to baby? Because baby was alive when we leave at this hospital. She said, baby get hemorrhage. So I said, how could baby get hemorrhage?
Hold on. You go to extract the milk as per normal
yeah.
that morning. And what happened?
They tell her she don't have to extract any milk because baby have enough milk. They never said baby pass out. It's when they say, please come in the room, Charlotte Darrington and your mommy. And 3 doctors come, they had name tag on. They didn't want we see the name. So they say cannot have phone inside here. You understand? I go malfunction the machine. Okay. So I listen to them, they say baby pass out. With hemorrhage. I said, how baby could get hemorrhage? And baby was fine when Thursday night we leave there. Baby was fine. So she said, they tried save baby. Baby had bleeding in the head. So I said, how come baby have bleeding in the head and y'all never tell me this? She said, it just happened so.
And when did it tell you that the baby passed away?
The time the baby passed for 8:30 in the morning, and we was there 9 o'clock. So how could the baby pass out 8:30 and the baby stiff? No baby play. Baby skin supposed to be warm.
And nobody called you.
And nobody didn't call us.
And what happens next? So they're telling you about this hemorrhaging.
I asked them how it happened. They can't give me explanation. A nurse called the other nurse. They suing one another ace, and then they come back. So I said, where's it? So I need answers. We went down. They said, I tell if my daughter do counsel. I said, my daughter gotta do counsel with what? My daughter's sick, so I'll tell them about counsel. But Susan said, counsel, I don't know something wrong.
So they're telling you in this room that the baby passed away. What is your daughter's own reaction hearing this?
She panicked. She go in a trance. She left shocked. She was like, they had to bring Lima call for she catch herself.
And what has happened since? So they tell you all this very morning that the baby has passed away. What happens next?
Nothing else. Nothing. I take pictures with the baby. The baby eye was swollen. The baby hand was broken. Bruises on the baby. Father said, how come the baby died with hemorrhage? Therefore, the baby fall.
That is your assumption.
Yeah, the baby fall is mine.
Based on what you saw.
Yes, but yeah, baby fall. They didn't say baby fall, but I put 2 to 2 because I'm a parent of 2. So if a child get hemorrhage, they say the baby bleed to death.
And before that, they said baby is doing well.
Yeah, every day my daughter go to say baby coming around because she's go in and talk to the doctors, right? They say baby great, baby doing better. They take her the motion, she breathing as normal and these things.
And then this sudden turn.
Baby get hemorrhage.
Did you have a chance to put your thoughts to them about the broken hand and all of that?
They cover up the baby. They cover the baby up so you mustn't see their hand broke. But when I watch at it and I open it, right, and I take pictures, them and say nothing how the baby hand break. No, I go in a trance myself. So I didn't do much talking because I didn't expect for go and reach my dead grandchild. And up to now, nobody never reached out to us.
What happens in such a circumstance? There's this dead baby. You're there at the hospital. This is a Joshua Public Hospital
Yeah.
Corporation. Your daughter's there. What happens next on that morning?
On that morning, nothing. They just come, they talk this and they talk. They just the baby passed out, and that's all. So I said, "How the baby passed out?" She said, "Baby, she tried to save baby because baby get hemorrhage."
Has the hospital reached out to the family?
No, the hospital did not reach out to the family. If my daughter used to go every day to look on her baby, the baby should have dumped that child and say that's how nobody used to come.
But your daughter was going there every day to, you said to get milk.
Yeah, extract
milk for the baby.
Yeah.
Why wasn't the daughter at the hospital instead of being admitted there?
They said they don't have, they discharge her, they don't have enough spare beds.
Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation?
Yes, they say that they don't have enough bed and they discharge her. They send out.
They don't have beds.
They don't have beds.
How has this affected your family? I mean, like, how do you come home to say to your family, we aren't going to be welcoming? Take your time.
I expect to welcome my grandchild home. And when I reach there is a dead baby. This is really hard on me. I'm a family, it's really hard.
Tell us why. Why is it hard on you guys?
We already prepared everything to welcome baby home. And now here's a dead baby. It's hard, you know. My daughter going through, you know, some nights I gotta leave to take my daughter to take saline. I, as a mother, she going through the pregnancy, gotta leave midnight, gone to private to give her saline and these things out there. Like today, they killed my grandchild. I need justice for it. I need answers. What caused the hemorrhage? So the baby bleed to death. I need answers. That is what I need.
You all had a name for baby?
Yes, Ariana Amaya. Like, can we register baby the Thursday and baby die Friday?
And nobody from the hospital said
Nobody from the hospital contact us up to now.
What does the family think now, you know, having all this information? All right. I want the viewers to feel that. That's why I said, hold on. Right. Take your time.
Just say, imagine, right? You go into a hospital instead of there to protect you kids, right? They kill out them. They're killing out them babies out there, killing out. The negligence make that child fall, and they don't want to come out and say that's how they make that child fall. I have evidence. I have evidence to prove to the public what they've done to my grandchild. And I need justice for her. I need it. It's hard. It's hard. I gotta go through this. Prepare for her.
If it's hard on you, we can only imagine how it is on your daughter. Talk to us about that.
She's traumatized. She don't want, she's in her room locked up. She don't want to talk to anyone. I got 4 her for each and not eating. Traumatize her. She said, Mommy, I don't want to see Georgetown Hospital anymore. When they're supposed to help us. They're killing out of us. And I need justice. I need what caused the hemorrhage? Why you cannot explain to me and tell me what caused the hemorrhage? And you tell me the child bleed to death. I try and the hospital then call that child die middle in the night because when I get there the baby stiff.
And they're telling you the baby died half.
And the baby, when all this not by the baby nose, you could know the baby was crying because everything was there.
They're telling you the child died 8:30. You got there 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you.
I was expecting my great niece to come home anytime because we prepare for her. Anxious. That is the first great niece in the family. Right? So I need justice. I need the head of the hospital to look into this matter. I need answers. Up to now, they won't call us or nothing for no going on. Right? It's hurting my sister and also me. My niece is, I don't know what to say because she's not talking to anybody. It hurt her, really. You know, you're preparing for this baby from day one. From day one. And I know because she's a teenager, they haven't shown no interest in the hospital. She's 18, and I know that. Because I'm a mother, and I used to be right there and see what nurse did to teenagers. Right? Because the welfare must have to come in. If they're asking social worker, they're asking for it. The social worker would be there. There's not a nurse have to look after that. It's we have to take care of that. And I don't think it's right that with the trainees Emma Josh and Hospital did into to teenagers. You discharge a child, a mother, and leave a child, and say the hospital don't have a bed. I need a minister to look into this.
Was there a doctor assigned to your niece? A specific doctor?
Yeah, we don't know. We know the doctor name. Different doctors. We don't know the doctor name.
Okay.
Those shift doctors.
Right?
Do you by chance know the doctor who delivered her? Or the midwife?
I wasn't there. The mother was there.
Okay.
The mother was there.
And when you hear this whole saga of your niece being admitted and the baby coming off whatever ventilator machine she was on and all of that, to this drastic turn, does it make sense to you?
Make a big sense because we expect our own. I expect see my greatness. When I get a message from my sister to my great niece died, I get frustrated because all they want to see is the nurse. And if I did see the nurse, I didn't know what happened. The person who worked the night shift.
Baby's grandmother is upset. You
Yeah, I'm
as a
upset.
great
I'm
aunt, you're
totally
upset too.
upset. And when I get to the hospital tomorrow, I go into the hospital tomorrow morning because I need answers.
How is the rest of the family handling this?
Everybody's upset. Right now we need answers because everybody joy. There's the first great niece in the family.
My first
grand. My sister first grand.
Her first niece.
Wow.
Great.
So we were so excited to welcome
When
baby home.
Wow. I know this.
It's sad.
So it's like a tragic Hiccups family.
I can only imagine.
I just need
these things I do it from my daughter.
I just need them to reach out to us and let it explain to us what happened from the second I married the baby born from that day. If you're telling us the baby, everything is going all right to this baby, how sudden it's a Friday that the baby died? Gotta be the nurse do something wrong. Who was taking care of the baby? Got to be. I put one I want to make it two. Something go wrong there. Something is went wrong. Because when I saw the baby yesterday. And 7 months baby is be a little thing. And that baby big. That baby was, how I saw this baby, LT. Something go wrong. With a swelling in the face, I got the trainee nurse must make a thing and baby must slip out Sharon. And she know what to do. So as the baby slip out, she decided to put down the bag of baby right there. That's all I could say.
What happens next for the family?
We need justice. We need to look into this. We need to look into it because my niece is traumatized now at 18 and there's a force, right? And everybody could know what we're feeling if in her space because I'm a mother. And I love my niece and I know things not right with her right now because she keeps crying. She's not eating. You see, you spend all this money, buy everything, to prepare everything for this baby, expecting the baby to come a couple of days and the music will get. I need the head of the Arjun herself to come out and reach out to us and let me know what is the next step we could take because we need justice. I need a minister of Georgian Hospital to reach out to us. Up to now, nobody reached out. The midwife, nobody reached out. The head of the hospital even reached out, nothing, sent nothing to us up to now. He was there up to yesterday, Friday, to remove the baby from the mortuary and said nothing up to now. But I make a decision, I'm going there Monday morning because I need to get justice. On behalf of my sister, I'll be there Monday.
Those are the concerns of the family, the allegations of the family, the emotions of the family. And they're asking for answers, and that's the least we can provide for them as a society, as a government, as the least that can be provided for them so they can get closure. What went wrong there? What went wrong there? What went wrong? Thoughts and prayers go out to this family as they try to cope with the reality that the baby they were preparing for months isn't coming home. Our thoughts and prayers go out to that family. Our thoughts and prayers. Moving on the fight card, folks. Moving on the fight card. Where we are. Moving on the fight card, guys. We got some additional information to share with you. It seems as though we have lost our graphic at the back end. Don't know if the guys can help us, but it seems as though we have lost some of our graphic on the back end. But recently, folks, making the news is the issue or comments. Some comments that were attributed to our Working People's Alliance brother, Takuma Ogunse. They had a meeting recently in Buxton, and some of the comments that were attributed to him caused an uproar. We saw several condemnations of those comments. And we have with us this evening the one and the only Dr. David Hines, who is going to no doubt put some of that into perspective for us. We have to hear from the WP to get a sense of what really went on. Was it misconstrued? Was what was said misinterpreted? And we're going to talk with Dr. David Hines. Dr. Hines, Brother Ogunse at a recent public meeting made certain statements that they have been a furore over in the hours and now days after that. What are your thoughts concerning what was said? Maybe put it into context.
Yes. First, I would like to say that the furore is not over simply Brother Takuma's statement. It is over the WPA's intervention. And let me explain what I mean by that.
Talk to us.
After careful study of the developments in the last 3 years, the WPA made a studied decision to take to the streets with public meetings. And we wanted to do a couple of things in those public meetings. We wanted to signal to the government that its behavior over the last 3 years of assaulting the opposition and its supporters economically and politically, psychologically, and otherwise is unbecoming and should be challenged in a serious way with a serious political statement. We felt that we needed to let the PPP know that we are going to go directly to the opposition communities and to tell them that in the spirit of self-activity and liberation. It's the communities themselves that will have put a stop to what the PPP is doing. So we wanted to shift the focus away from the leaderist politics and to embrace the Rodneyite position of self-activity for self-liberation, to tell people that you have to, in your own communities and your own human spaces, put an end to this runaway train by the people. So we wanted to make that clear. And we wanted to say to the PPP that this belief that because there are no big eruptions in the community and no big demonstrations, that you can go into opposition communities and do as you feel. And that, no, we want to, in a serious way, put an end to that. And so therefore, we started by announcing a campaign of civil disobedience and non-cooperation. We felt that in the circumstances, while we await elections and all those things that will come along the way, that we need to put our people in a state where they are able to resist in a way that will not expose them to the spitefulness and the dangers of the people. And so therefore, we announce civil disobedience and non-cooperation. It's an old political tactic. It was used by Dr. King in the civil rights revolution. It was used by Mahatma Gandhi in India. It was used in Guyana by the PPP after the 1973 elections. It was used by the WPA in 1979. And so we are not introducing anything new. We feel that we have to say something to people to lift them and to get them to realize that ultimately it's not leaders that stop oppression, it's people. And in the process of doing so, we wanted to change the narratives as they relate to the armed forces. I think it has become commonplace in the opposition circles to condemn the police and the armed forces for doing the biddings of the PPP. And I think we are correct, because the PPP has been using the armed forces for political purposes. We have seen that time and time again. And so we wanted to alter that narrative to say they are rogue policemen and women, they are rogue people in the army, but the majority of people in the armed forces are ordinary brothers and sisters, the majority of whom come out of the African Guyanese community, which has been bearing the brunt of government. And so police action, from the Henry Boys incident on the west coast of Demerara, to the police action in supervising the demolition of people's property at Linden, Moko Arcadia, Georgetown, Success before that. We wanted to signal to those police men and women that they have to separate themselves from the rogue elements in the army, and that they are our brothers and sisters in the army and the police. And Brother Takuma was tasked with articulating that aspect of our message. And basically, he was saying that the police and army must not turn their guns against people in the community fighting for bread, for justice, and for liberty. Because civil disobedience and non-resistance means that we are in resistance mode, and that legal and lawful resistance must be allowed in Guyana, and that the PPP is depending on the armed forces to prevent citizens from engaging in legal resistance and protest. And we wanted to say to our brothers and sisters in uniform, you are there to protect the constitutional rights of people, not to join the government of the day in attacking those rights of the people. And so therefore, we wanted to say to them, do not turn your guns on the people of Guyana. Do not turn the guns on your sisters and your mothers and your brothers. And we feel that if we are allowed to carry out our peaceful and lawful protest against this government, and that the government does not have the promise of the police to shoot down protesters in the streets, we feel that we will be able to bring this government to its senses. That if they don't have to rely on the army and police to shoot down protesters on the streets, that we will bring them to an halt. We will bring an halt. We will bring a stop to what they have been doing. So it is in that context that Brother Takuma says that if the police and army were to do the right thing, that is, do not turn their guns on the people, our struggles against the PPP will be over in short order. So we are not talking here about some violent thing. We are asking the police and the army to fight for us. No. If police and army fight for you, that's a military coup. We are not calling for a military coup. And if the police and army fight for your rights, then tomorrow they can come and say, give me back the rights, I fight for you. All we're asking of our brothers and sisters in uniform is do not turn your guns on us when we fight for our rights and our liberties in Guyana. That was Takuma Ogunso's message, and WPA supports it. And those who want to interpret the message differently, we say more power to you, but that is not going to stop us from saying that the people in uniform are our brothers and our sisters. They have a constitutional right not to turn their guns on the citizens of this country, and then they have a cultural and moral right not to turn your guns, brother.
Apologies there, Dr. Hines, for the interference. Largely, you believe that what Brother Ogunse said was misinterpreted.
That's right. And let me explain why we think it was deliberately misinterpreted. This government has been trying to beat up on opposition supporters, beat up on African Guyanese, and to get us to be quiet, to go along with the beating up. And they've been fighting the Constitution and telling us that, look, we're going to settle all of this at election. Let us have an election, and we're going to do it democratically, and so on and so forth. And they wanted to get the opposition tied up in this thing about election being the way you solve problems in Guyana, while they are taking advantage of people. WPA rejects that view. We are saying that elections are important. We want elections. We want democratic elections. We want elections where people are not bullied and forced to not to support or associate with opposition parties. Because that is what the PPP has been trying to do, to scare people away from opposition parties and opposition protests and opposition resistance, and to tell people that, look, we are going to settle this thing at election. We are saying that you cannot be bulldozing people's homes and tell them about elections. You cannot be bulldozing people's businesses in front of the hospital and then tell them they're going to solve it at elections. You cannot be having extrajudicial killings whereby members and elements associated with the police force and in the police force are killing our young men. You cannot be unfairly distributing oil resources and then tell us about election. In effect, what you are telling us, look for crossover votes, try to win an election, but in order to get the crossover votes, you cannot talk about your hurt. You cannot talk about your sense of victimhood, your feelings of victimhood. So you're saying to opposition supporters and African pioneers, take your blows, take your blows. But what you should do is try to win some crossover votes to see if you're going to win the election. But if you don't stop complaining, you're not going to get crossover votes. WPA rejects that. We say we want both. We want crossover vote, but we want justice for people of African descent and other supporters. And we're not waiting on an election for justice. We cannot wait on an election for justice for Quindon Bacchus and Orrin Boston and Peter Headley. We cannot wait on an election and crossover votes to come to get justice for those people's homes who have been bulldozed in Linden and more businesses in Georgetown. We cannot wait for crossover votes in order to deal with the problem of the way in which the resources are not equitably distributed. And so we are saying a struggle has to be on two fronts. On one front, we have to struggle for free and fair elections with a clean voters list, with biometrics, and with people not feeling fearful to associate with the opposition. We want elections because we want to vote the PPP out of office. And so we in the WPA support elections. But we also say simultaneously, as we struggle for elections, we have to struggle to ensure the dignity of half of the electorate. We have to struggle to ensure equitability of distribution as far as resources are concerned for half of the electorate. We have to defend half of the electorate against their homes being demolished. And so therefore, for us, it's not one or the other, is both, and we have to do them simultaneously. The government, the PPP, do not want us to expose them. No, they don't want that, because that is going to have a bearing on the election. So they want us to take blows and say nothing and wait at the election to get some crossover vote. And so what the WPA has done in 4 meetings is to change the political equation. That is why from the head of state to the head of the state armed forces, the private sector, and unfortunately, some of our brothers and sisters in the opposition, what they are doing is that they are giving comfort to the PPP, but both don't gonna fall, because the equation has no change. The PPP can go into Black communities. That's their business and that's their right. But from today, they must know that when they go in there, they're not going in there to engage slaves. They're going in there to engage human beings with dignity and with history, most of whom are not their friends and do not support them. And so from today, because of the WPA's intervention, where we have alerted our people that they have to stop taking IPAS, that when the PPP goes into our community, they go there and they have to treat our people now with dignity, because at least one opposition party has made it clear that it is not going to be business as usual. We are not talking here about violence. We do not have the capacity for violence. The capacity for violence lies with the people, right, with the state and the government and the vigilantes of the PPP. We do not have the capacity for violence. What we do have the capacity to do is to warn the agents of violence that if you come into our community and want to shoot us down, we are going to resist it. We are going to resist it.
Dr. Hines, you've had some commentators, and whether in the press or on social media, who have said that the PPP's condemnation is very selective And part of your statement issued by the party on the 11th of March, just yesterday, recently rather, pushed back against what the AG had put out on the very issue we're discussing. And part of that statement reads, the AG belongs to a party and government that have waged political and economic war against the African Guyanese community since coming to power in 2020. Mr. Nandalal's declaration that charge cannot be proven demonstrates how tone deaf and racially insensitive the PPP is.
Yes, and that is an excerpt from the WPA statement. Yes, look, Mr. Nandalal and the PPP are very quick. If they don't disagree with you, they tell you you are violating a law, and we will lock you up. And it's Brother Rickford, or you, Brother Duncan, or the young men and women from Golden Grove, or the PNC activists in Lethem, they are very quick to incite law enforcement against people who stand up for justice.
Robin Simon?
Miss Robin Simon from Golden Grove. And they're coming up with fake charges. But the Attorney General and other PPP leaders are inciting, politicizing the police to bring these political charges against opponents of the PPP. They're trying to do the same thing here with Takuma Ogunse. And so therefore, when Nandlal begins to talk about the law, he himself does not obey the law. He does not obey the law. As Attorney General, he cannot and ought not be directing the armed forces to become politically involved. And so when the chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, Mr. Best, says that the army and the armed forces are apolitical, he's a little wrong there. Only people can be apolitical. You know, an institution can be apolitical. The institution is a political institution. The armed forces are an arm of the state, the coercive arm of the state. They are political. What they should not be is partisan. What they should not be is partial. And they should not be partial to the government or the opposition. And so Mr. Best ought to be pointing his fingers not just at opposition people for inciting racial division. He ought to be pointing his fingers to every one of us, including the PPP. Because, as he said, the army and police are impartial. And impartiality means you must not speak for one side. And that statement resembles a PPP statement. He ought to retract it and to say, I am speaking to all Guyanese organizations, including the government, that they ought not to engage in racial incitement and to make a value judgment about statements made by a member of an opposition party. He has crossed the line. That is not the job of the head of the army, to determine who is racial or who's not racial. He's not a sociologist. He's a police. He's a member of the armed forces. He's leading the armed forces. He should be concerned about defending the territorial integrity of this country. He should be concerned that if there is civil disorder and the army has to get into it, then the army has to do so in an impartial way. And so we want to call on Brother Best to say that nobody is asking the army and police to fight for them. We don't want you all to fight for us. We want to fight and defend the Constitution of this country. It gives us the right to protest. It gives us the right to resistance, and that you must not lever your guns against us. And you must point your fingers, not just in one direction, but to all directions. And that is what we want to do unequivocally, Mr. Best. that you will not point your guns at African Guyanese or no Guyanese for that matter. Regardless of our political affiliation, we want a clear statement from you that you will not level your guns against Guyanese going about their constitutional business. And insofar as you put out a statement, it did not do that. It did not do that. You're not apolitical. You're a political institution. By law, by constitution, you are political. You're not apolitical, but you are impartial. And you are supposed to be impartial. And that statement was not an impartial statement because it was pointing in one direction. And we take the word seriously. And so therefore, you must make it very clear to half of this population that voted for the opposition. All of them are African Guyanese. Some are. The majority are. And you, Mr. Best, come from that community. So you are first a citizen. All the policemen and army people, they are first citizens before they become soldiers. They weren't born soldiers. And as a citizen of this country, as a member of the African Guyanese community, you have a human right not to level your guns at your sisters and brothers. So as an individual, you have a human right. As a member of the army, you have a constitutional right to protect and defend all of us.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hines. Place and power, folks. Place and power. Now, if you on the live and you don't share this live yet, you're wicked like the PPP. You stink like them. You're dirty like them. If you're on the live and you don't share it, then we promise you, folks, valid, credible information. If we deliver, don't partner with me. Throw a brick behind you, throw a little salt at me, and walk on. But if we have delivered valid, credible information, then we want to keep going. And there's only one way we can do that, folks. If you help us to keep going, to keep moving forward with valid, credible information. Y'all know we're on Cash App and Zelle and PayPal. We're on MMG, MoneyGram, and Western Union as well. And we want to keep on keeping on. Folks, find a way to partner with us. It costs us something to do what we do. We have a passion to sharing information with you. So going after the truth, representing the people, going after the truth wherever it leads. Who vex? Who vex lose? This is our passion. Help us to keep moving forward, folks, by partnering with us. If you all feel we didn't provide information, we didn't provide anything useful, then you can move on. Otherwise, partner with us so we can keep on keeping on. And we can take our leave here this evening, folks. Yeah, but partner with us and keep us moving forward. Those of you who missed that, the whole picture I made there, take a look and take a listen.
Want to keep getting the best in the ring? Yes, you can help us to keep going by partnering with us through your contributions. And it's easy. Send us a daily, weekly, or monthly donation, whichever is most convenient to you. Cash App at $InTheRing592, Zelle and PayPal InTheRing592@gmail.com, or WhatsApp us on 627-6963 for how to contribute via MoneyGram and Western Union and for MMG payments.
Yep, that's going to do it for us tonight, folks. Good to see you, Romel Gonzalez, Bernadette, Eva Garnett, Yvonne Daly, and all the other folks joining us. We have 1,700 plus watching us on Facebook, 1,200 of you watching us on YouTube, 3,300 of you across social media. We're humbled by that, folks, but share the live because we want other folks to get valid, credible information as well. It's 9:23. We got over 2,800 of you still watching us. Some people run away before we made a pitch on how you can partner with us. You wicked too. You stink and dirty. And those of you coming back to watch us later on and give us a share as well. Partner with us as well. Alison Cortez. I ain't seen a little bit, Alison. Good to see you tonight. Jamal Aziz, Bernadette James, Yolanda, Joylyn Cook, Yvonne Daly, good to see you as well. And all the other guys joining us. Sheila George, Sheila Boyd-Child, Kurt Heidekin, good to have you. Denise Booker, great to see you as well. I see Give Up Conway is here, and all the other folks, Edward Gonzalez and Spurley, Saunders, Trevor McDonald. Great to see each and every one of you. Share the like before you go. Smash that emoji button before you go. Partner with us as well. That's how we can keep moving forward. That's it for us tonight, folks. Stay well, stay safe, stay woke. Stay woke, folks, and stay safe.